Hi and welcome back. So we've got our row here of our UK treble stitches, and we've gone all the way back along our chain, and we're a little bit wonky, a little bit wobbly, and that's okay because it will absolutely straighten itself out as we work up. Okay, so we've gone all the way back to the slip knot, so we're going to need to turn our work in a sec. But before we do, we need to make our little ladder at this end to be able to turn our work and work back the other way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another 2 chains here at the end of our row, and then we're going to turn our work round because we always work from right back to left in crochet. So we're going to carry on with our row of UK trebles. So we've got our little ladder here which brings us up, and then you can see here we've got our first stitch, which is a little V shape. Can you see the V's along the top? And we're going to work our first stitch into this first V here. Can you see? And we're going to do exactly the same way as we've just done. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the V, grab our yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Same again, yarn over, insert it into the top of the next V. Try and make sure you pick up both sides of the stitch if you can. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now you can see we've got a couple of little UK trebles going on there. So we're going to keep doing this. Yarn over, insert into the next little hole here. The top of the stitch, you can see it goes through the V shape, through one side, through the back side. Grab your yarn, pull it back through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Same again, yarn over, insert it into the top of the V's, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert into the top of the stitch where the 2 stitches are, like a little V, insert through both of those, grab your yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert it into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see here now we're starting to get a really nice little row of 2 stitches of UK treble. We're going to keep working this all the way along to the end again, just practicing this UK treble stitch, because like I say, I find this is the stitch that I use for literally everything. You can do a double stitch and a single stitch, but honestly I find I tend to use this stitch in everything. So I've made sweaters, blankets, cardigans, you'll find granny squares, everything like that. The foundations are kind of built on this UK treble stitch. So this is why I'm starting off with teaching this stitch, because I just find it's the one that you kind of need the most. If you're wanting to create texture a bit later on with popcorn stitch or bubble stitch, I can show you that. And if you're wanting to do waffle stitch or a raised stitch or granny squares, anything like that, this is the actual stitch you'll use to create all of those textures. So that's why I'm showing you this one first. And I'm just rattling along here to get this row finished, and you'll see I hold my hook and yarn completely differently from a lot of the videos that give you tutorials. You have a stiff finger and it wrapped around the little finger for tension. I just can't work that way, and it took me a really long time, lots of frustration to understand that I wasn't doing it wrong. You know, I kept watching the videos and thinking I'm doing it wrong. I'm not holding the yarn properly, I'm not holding the hook properly. And actually, I wasn't doing anything wrong at all. That way of working just didn't suit my hands. It didn't suit me. I just couldn't work that way. So I adapted and I found my own way of working. And that's why I've created this slow stitch channel to help other people like me whose hands just don't seem to want to go where lots of the instructors show you. Okay, so we've rattled our way along here and we've now got 2 rows of UK trebles. And you see it's starting to make a really nice pattern there. And we've got nice straight edges on each side. This one at the bottom here does pull in a tiny bit. That's just because of my tension on the chain. And once we've finished all our work, you won't be able to notice that. So we've got to the end. We're going to chain 2, remember, before we turn our work. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing, working our way back along through the UK treble rows. I'm just going to put a little stitch marker in there so my work doesn't come undone. And you can see here, these are where we're working into the V shape. That's the top of the stitch. This is where we're working for this, just while we're learning how to make our UK trebles. Okay, so I hope you found this useful, and I hope you found it a bit reassuring that you don't need to crochet the same way as everybody else. You need to just do what's comfortable for you. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.